Hey everyone. So I thought I would jump on because yesterday Eli Lilly's Mounjaro or weight loss drug has become approved by the FDA as a pill. So that makes two pills now that are available. First of all, they made Wegove, that was I think Novo, I can't remember the whole name of the pharmaceutical company. But they've gotten their pill on the market in January, and now Eli Lilly's pill is on the market as of April 6th. So next week, I think they're going to be able to prescribe the pill. And the key is that both of these drugs, while they are a pill, they still provide similar weight loss as the studies that were done with the injection. And I guess the key is are these going to be affordable? I think that, currently what it looks like is that for some individuals who have insurance, where weight loss is something that they can get their insurance to cover it, it will be a copay. So, some people are talking anywhere between 25 and $150 a month. Still, $150 a month is not a small amount of money to sneeze at. But hopefully, as time goes on, we will see these medications become a little less expensive. I mean, believe me, the pharmaceutical companies have made a great deal of money from these drugs. I think also, too, the wonderful thing about these drugs is that they are really helping people. I mean, I'm one of them. I basically started 2 years and 10 months ago. And I've been on Manjaro and I'm now on the 12.5 injection. And, one of the things that I keep investigating because I've lost 50 pounds, but I still would like to lose another, 10, 15 pounds to really get to somewhere closer, although I don't think I will ever make it, to what per se is supposedly the weight for my height. But I don't know if I really wanna get down to like a size 8 or a 10. I've never been those sizes in my entire life. I don't even remember. I think for a brief time in high school, I was a size 12 or 14. So I'm MC. I come here each week to talk about all things health and wellness and aging because that's what I'm doing. I'm aging. I'm a health psychologist. I've been working in research for the past 25 plus years. And I really know and understand the complexity of what we start to see when we get drugs in the market based on the research that was done. And the research that was done by these companies is very good. I think the percentage of weight loss for the Mounjaro pills, I think they're calling it Fondeo, is not quite as high as the injection, but it's up there. It's 17% weight loss. So people would see at least a 17% weight loss compared to placebo, which was only like 2%. They do prescribe these medications in combination with a reduced calorie restriction diet and an exercise plan. Those are always good. Weight loss is not just about taking a medicine. I know this firsthand. I've lived a very complicated life with my weight loss journey. And truthfully, it's been a struggle. And I believe like even now, because I've hit a plateau, although I am seeing a difference. I started wearing the Hume band because I really wanted to understand my body composition. One of the biggest things that they talk about is that as you are on the GLP-1 drugs, you lose protein or you lose muscle. And I really don't want to lose muscle. I want to gain muscle. And I'm intentionally doing weightlifting and moving like every other day, about a 10-minute workout with weights. I'm still trying to get where I feel comfortable about doing long periods of weight lifting because I'm still, in May, I'll be 1 year of recovery from my hip replacement, which was a bit challenging. I think I've truly started recovering completely without a cane in October of last year. So really, I feel I'm only about 6 months or so in recovery from my hip replacement. So I'm taking it slow when it comes to the exercise, let's face it. I'm going slow. I don't want to injure myself. Yes, I do want to help my body composition. And I think we all do. I mean, ultimately, we want to be the best physical version of who we are. But it takes that investment, daily work of keeping a sense of what it is you're tracking and eating. And secondarily, what is it are you doing as far as nutrition? So, one of the things I did read about the GLP-1 drugs is that there are some signs that if you are on GLP-1 drugs, that you do have some vitamin deficiencies that show up. And I think primarily why that happens is because you really lose your appetite. I hadn't been having such a loss of appetite except recently. Recently, my appetite has really gone away. Haven't Occasionally I'm going to feel hungry. So I'm really being conscientious about making sure I have nutrient dense meals. And I'm taking a vitamin D supplement, and I'm taking a multivitamin, and I'm drinking this AG1 drink because it's got a lot of macronutrients or micronutrients. You can't fool around with nutrition. You really truly do need to make sure that you have sufficient vitamin D and iron and magnesium and potassium, especially as we get older. So I'm being very intentional about that and taking these supplements because I do see in the literature that working with a nutritionist is key for being successful and not losing these required supplements that we need. And that when they look at these people who've been taking GLP-1 drugs like me, they see two big things: vitamin D deficiencies at a very high level, and iron. Iron is deficiency at a very high level. So, and I think a great deal of that is because we're not eating a whole lot of food. When you're not hungry, or because this slows down your gastric emptying, you're full still. You're not that hungry because you still have food in your stomach, and secondarily, you have less food to get your nutrients from. So I'm being very intentional. I'm drinking an AG1. It's a macronutrient drink, which is cool. And then I'm also taking a protein drink, which I think will help as well. So we have to do as much as we can to invest in our nutrition, invest in our body, as it will continue to serve us if we continue to challenge it. I mean, it's about walking, it's about moving, it's about lifting weights, it's about cardiac health. All of those things are going to be what moves us in the right direction. But I often worry, as I know many people do, is this some drug that I'm going to be on forever? And Eli Lilly has prepared in their research, they're looking at some type of a booster or some type of a drug that people can take at a lower level once they meet their kind of like optimum weight. Because I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure that I'm going to be one of those people who can totally come off this medicine. When I came off of it for my surgery, I remember feeling suddenly very hungry. My hunger came back. I was very proud of myself. Oh, hello, Mr. Pete. My Mr. Pete here. He's saying hello. I was very proud of myself that I didn't gain but 5 pounds during that whole period of time being in the hospital with my hip replacement. I didn't take the medicine for like May, June, July, August. I didn't start back on the medicine until August of last year. And I was really thrilled. But I've been kind of stuck since August. I've lost some weight. Okay, what's going on? Okay, Mr. Pete says, Wrap it up." So I lost some weight with the since the September, but now I'm kind of stuck, and I really would like to move forward. So be well, my friends. You have this one intentional life. I have my wonderful dog who's telling me to cut it short. I just want to encourage you. Keep investigating and figure out what works for you because you are the only person who's going to understand what is working for you. Just like for me, I always encourage people to do the research of one. So you have this one precious life. Let's live it to the fullest. And please think about subscribing and joining me here each week. I'll see you next time. Be well. Bye bye.